What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Ethereum today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. We're talking about Ethereum at the request of Jer Bear. Jer Bear, we're doing this for you, my friend. So, we did it, man. We really did it. We dropped all the way down to 2150. That's wild. That is wild, you guys. What that was a triple bottom. And it seems to be a triple bottom. That's a nice reaction that you have there, actually. 1 hour basis, a lot of volume. You know, Ethereum, you guys, might be the only coin that I've looked at so far tonight that I do not assume will see a lower low tomorrow. I do assume that it will drop from here. It's at 25, basically 24.70 right now. I do assume it will drop from here tomorrow. I think that's going to happen. But will it go lower than this? I don't know. That's a nice reaction you had. And I would assume... That's a lot of volume down there, man. I would assume that that's the most volume you've seen since on a 1 hour basis. What the hold? Is there a way? Can I? Maybe we'll look at a 2 hour basis too. You guys, that's the most volume you've seen since you were at this low the last time, back in August. So somebody bought with intentions here. I would assume, right, because Donald Trump announced that we're going to have a crypto strategic reserve, not a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Everybody's talking about XRP being included in that reserve. I would assume the number 2 crypto would have to be considered, the one that's maintained its number 2 spot. Even if XRP didn't get sued by the SEC, it would still be number 3, right? Because XRP did flip Ethereum. You know, the XRP people might be like, well, it would be number 3, and maybe you have a point there. But besides XRP was my point, Ethereum would be the next logical choice. And if we're looking at it now, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but if Donald Trump announced, and whether you like him or not, that's not the point of this. I'm not trying to be political, right? I'm just saying he did announce in his first week as president with the executive order that he signed that we would have a crypto strategic reserve. It wasn't a Bitcoin strategic reserve. It was a crypto strategic reserve. And if Ethereum, the number 2, dropped all the way down here at very key areas of support with immaculate volume, I wonder who was buying there, right? Probably some very large entities, maybe even government entities, right? I don't assume that you go below that, right? When the government buys, when the institutions buy, you don't go below that, right? When the individuals buy, the institutions and the governments of the world, they can tank the price on you to get at better prices for themselves. But once they buy, they're the ones that set the floor. And I'm kind of assuming that. That's a very positive reaction that you had. But I do suspect you'll go lower from here. Again, I do think that you'll be lower from here tomorrow. So let's talk about that. Could you go up? Could you go up first and then come back down? Let's go over all that stuff. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame to get a little bit more specific. So on the 1 hour time frame, dude, you went down to a 7 read. That is 6.6. That is low. I don't think I've ever seen anything that low on like a legitimate non-crap token. It does seem as though you have these lower lows coming in succession here. You probably do bounce. You have a lower high. I don't assume that you will go to a lower low, because if you did, you'd hit 0. And this flabbergasts the hell out of me. I don't know how you even got down here, but I certainly don't expect that you get a lower low. So what likely happens is you will get a higher low. And you'll probably break out of this downtrend within the next day or two, if not even tomorrow. I guess that would be a day or two, wouldn't it? That is tomorrow, a day from now. But what I would expect, okay, so on an hour basis, we look at the RSI, that low came in here. So all it takes to get bullish divergence is to close below that low. You don't have to close below these lows. You don't have to see the price go below there to get bullish divergence. I don't assume that just because you barely close below here and you would have a higher low here like this, I don't think that would be the bullish divergence you get. I think what's going to happen right now is Ethereum does continue to move up. You probably move up to about 2,800, and we'll refine that target a little bit more in a second. But I want to paint the picture of, come on, man, why doesn't it let me do this? Here we go. At the low point here, you probably, and if you don't like the way that I draw lines, we can use the straight line. How about that? Because I don't draw the straightest lines sometimes. But I feel like that, there's no disputing it. You're definitely at this area here. I would think that you probably go to the top side, maybe something like this, if we draw it kind of parallel, something that goes to the oversold zone and then you reject. So that would imply that over the hours to come, before the stock market opens, I would think that you probably do move up. You probably move up to about 2,900, somewhere in there. Yeah, that'd be my expectation. Let's refine that a little bit more real quick. Let's see. Relative high here, relative low there. Yeah, perfect, dude. It's right at the golden ratio. I'm so good sometimes. The golden ratio. So, sometimes I'm good, right? I wasn't expecting this huge drop. I don't think anybody was, but if I was really good, I guess I would have had that foresight at least. But probably 28.74 to 29, so just below 3K. Just under 2,900, somewhere in that zone is where you'll go. And then I think once the stock market opens, you'll come back down. And then again, that will generate a higher low in your RSI, but a lower low on a closing basis on your price. Not a lower low on the actual price itself, but the closing basis. And if I'm right, let's just say I'm right and you go up there. Let me try and delete this stuff. Get rid of this scepter or whatever that is. We'll just move it over here. We'll keep it as a scepter. It'll be our scepter of glory. It kind of looks like a pitchfork, actually. Let's make it more friendly. It's like Master Oogway's staff. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to get some Kung Fu Panda in your life, man. But if you move up here, if we take a low, let's just put it at the 618, because if it goes higher, then that would only put these targets higher. So let's be conservative, right? I would assume then Ethereum finds its low within the next 24 hours, or a place to bounce from its higher low, I should say, somewhere between $2,400 and $2,200, likely around $2,400. So you'll probably move up to 28, 20, let's say 29 to 3,000, somewhere around there, if not 2,900, just below there. And then you'll probably move back down to 24 to 2,200. My bet's probably around 2,400 is where you're going to go. Yeah. And yeah, that would be my expectation. Cool. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Of course, you could exceed those targets, and then when you pull back, it's a higher low that you're going from, right? If you exceed those targets on the fibs, right? This, if I delete this here, come on, why won't you let me delete you? There you go. If I move this, then those low targets, they only move up, right? If you exceed those targets, those low targets only move up. And just because I'm telling you that my expectation is 24 to 22 doesn't mean Ethereum gives a damn about my expectations. Maybe you move up here and you find support at 25, 2,600, and then you move up from there. It doesn't, whatever. But I do suspect that this is your low. If it's not, you're very close. If it's not your low, what I would expect then is that you get some kind of slip that's below this line that you've been holding, and it's literally just a slip. It's like a fake out, and then you eat it up as soon as it goes below. So even if you go below this low, it's not going to be anything to be concerned about. If you blink, you'll probably miss it. If you're eating lunch or you're watching a movie or something, you'll probably look and be like, I didn't even know it went down there. It'll be just like this, right? As soon as it was down there, it came back up. So fret not if it does that, but my expectation would be that it moves up from here relatively soon. And you can see that on the 15-minute time frame as well. Come on, man. Probably comes down on the 15-minute time frame, get that higher low, get that bullish divergence there, get that, yeah, closing below this low here. How much do we have left on the hour? 3 minutes. So this next hour probably moves up is what my guess would be. Anyways, I got nothing else to say. Hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Absolutely, this does not hurt my all-time high predictions for Ethereum. If anything, it just gives us a better opportunity to buy. Certainly probably gives institutions and government entities opportunities to buy. And everybody's talking about Bitcoin, but I say everybody's talking about Bitcoin. A lot of people, a lot of governments are talking about Bitcoin, but it's the things they don't talk about that you should be putting money into, right? And Ethereum is such an obvious choice. People are talking about XRP. People are talking about Bitcoin for the crypto reserve. Ethereum is such an obvious choice. And what would that do to Ethereum when people find out that it is in the strategic reserve? All the targets that I have, 14K, 20K for the end of the cycle for Ethereum, those might be too small. Absolutely, this drop has not affected those targets at all. I got nothing else for you. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.